Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Well, let's have some fun today. Let's make I'm going to call it a wallet. Yeah, a wallet, a clutch, it doesn't matter. What I have here, if you want to craft along with me, I took a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. This is a Stamperia paper pad called Wonderland, and it's got some absolutely gorgeous papers. Look at all that. I got it on sale at Joann's. It came in the mail day before yesterday. So it is a 12 by 12 double-sided sheet of cardstock, and I scored it at 4 and 8. So I took my 12 by 12, I put it in my score pad, and I scored it at 4 and I scored it at 8. And then I turned it this way and I scored it at 2 and I scored it at 8. So all you got to do is cut these flaps out and cut these flaps out, and you will be to where I am right now. Okay, so this is where I left off. Decided to stop and turn the camera on so that you could craft with me. Okay, so we're going to take our corner rounder, we're going to round these corners, and then I'm going to go ahead and round these corners. Now, I kind of have a plan of what I want to do today, but I'm also creating as I go. I don't plan a whole lot ahead of time, just a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and fold these flaps in, and I'm going to score them pretty good because this is going to be filled with ephemera and goodies, so we want to kind of get our scores in there best as we can. All right, so this has a little bit of directional print right here, so I'm going to say this is my top. Now on my top, I actually want to cut a little tab here, so I'm going to cut this down just a little bit so I can make a tab. Okay, so I'm going to use my envelope punch board, and I am going to punch, kind of deciding where I might want the tab to be and how big I want it to be, and punch about like that. Okay, if you don't have an envelope punch board, you can just cut this out, or you don't have to do a tab at all. Actually, it doesn't have to have a tab if you don't want a tab. All right, so all I do is cut that little extra flap off right there, leaving that tab. Okay, the one I saw on YouTube, I've seen so many different things, and I'm not sure which one this one was, but she used a file folder. But I have these gorgeous papers that I really want to use. Ah, ha, ha, ha. See there? That's how I wanted that. So now I've got my little front tab. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this up, and we're going to add pockets and all kinds of goodies to it. So let's start with this one up here. Let's add a side pocket right here. So we're going to cut a piece that's about, I'm going to say 2.5 inches by about 3 inches. So let's do that. I want to show you this. This is the front of the paper pad that I'm using today, and they give you these samples here of what all papers are in this pad, and so we just cut these out and reuse them. So since my pocket is going to be kind of vertical, I could really take any of these, and I think I'm going to go with the Dragonfly. So I'm going to cut that out and use it as my pocket. Okay, so this ended up being just a little less than 2.5 and about 3.5. All right, so I'm going to put it there, check it for size, works for me, round that corner. Okay, all right, looks good. Now, this is kind of busy, and this is kind of busy, so I think I'm going to actually mount this onto a black or dark brown is going to look good with this. So I'm going to put that onto a dark brown piece of cardstock, which means I'm probably going to have to trim that down just a little hair so that I can get it onto my cardstock and it still not be any larger than it already is. All right, so let's do that. Now, the easiest way to make that happen is to glue it down to your, I've just got a dark brown piece of cardstock here, and I'm going to glue this down, and this is just going to make this pocket pop. Make the pocket pop. It's hard to say. And so that it doesn't get lost in the background. So when you've got two busies next to each other, it's easy for them to get lost. This is just one of my itty bitty cutting boards. I've got quite a few. I pick these up at thrift stores for just next to nothing, and it works out really great because then I can take it with me, or I don't have to bring my huge paper cutter, especially when I'm filming, because it's too big. It'd be in the way. Okay, now see, now we've got a little frame around that pocket. Just makes it really stand out so much more. Now I want it to be a side pocket, so I'm going to glue 1, 2, 3. All right, so here's what I do. I hold on the side that doesn't get the glue, and that reminds me where I'm holding does not get any glue, because you can easily get confused on where the glue goes. All right, so we're going to add that right there. Okay, so we've already done one pocket. Now, what I want is another pocket right here, overlapping this one just a little bit, just to give it some dimension. So let's cut a piece out to fit that. Okay, so this is about what I had in mind. So this is 1, 2, 3 and a half, kinda, almost a half, by about 1. And we're also going to have to mount it because it's going to get lost in the background. So let's mount that up on a piece of dark brown. Okay, now if you're crafting along with me, you can just hit pause or rewind until you have got your pieces ready to go. All right, so I want to attach this piece right here, and I don't want it down here even. I'm going to offset it just a hair. Now, I'm going to glue 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to hold it right here on the side that it does not glue. Now, I'm gluing this over the other pocket, mind you, but I'm not gluing that pocket down where I can't get into it. This is going to overlap it a little, if that makes sense. I'll show you in just a sec. Okay, so so what we have, this pocket is still open all the way down, okay? Now we've got this pocket here, but I glued this pocket on top of that, but I didn't glue that one where I couldn't get all the way down in there, if that makes any sense. Okay, so there's 2 pockets. We're going to stuff them full of goodies, all right? Now, on this side, I think I want some pockets going this way, you know, top loading pockets, and then we might do some side loading also. We'll see. Okay, here's some pieces that I also have from the paper pad, and I think they would make fabulous pockets. So I'm just going to cut that one, and I'm going to cut that one. All right, let's see how well that fits. Now this has a little blue border around it, so we may or may not have to put it, I don't think I will mount it on something else because I don't want anything to get too thick in here. All right, so we could have a pocket there. We could stack our pockets if we wanted to. Actually have 2 pockets right there. Kind of cute, kind of cute. Okay, this guy, he can't go that way because he has writing on him. So, all right, let me think about this for a second. Do I want it stacked? Do I just want the one? I think I'll go with a stack. All right, so I'm holding it here. I'm going to glue the 3 sides that we did not, that you do want glued down. And I'm going to put it about right there, maybe. And please be straight. Okay, then I'm going to put the butterfly pocket down on top of that pocket. I'll find where my fold is because I don't want to go over the fold. So I'm just lining these 2 guys up. Okay, now we have 2 pockets right there. All right, let's see. These guys, I'm probably not going to do a whole lot on them because I want everything to be able to fold in. All right, down here, we gonna do something else. Let's see. Okay, for this flap down here, we're gonna have this guy here, and he is gonna flip down. Okay, so I have cut this piece 3.5 by 3 1/4, 3/8, 3 3/8, you might want to say. All right, so this piece is going to flap down like that, which means I want to round these 2 corners. So there's 1, 2. All right, let me see, do I need to? I'm going to say no. Okay, I'm not going to mount that. All right, so what we're going to do here, we are going to use some washi tape for a hinge. So gather up some washi tape that matches your paper. Okay, I found some washi tape. It's got little tiny bunnies on it, and I thought, well, the color is great. I may not have bunnies here, but the color works really good. So what I'm going to do, we're going to flap that down like so. All right, I'm going to put, now washi tape is repositionable. Okay, I think I said that right. That's a big word for me. And we're going to add a little glue because we don't want this to come undone. All right, now, so I glued one side to my little flap, and I'm going to trim it down to make sure it fits. It can't overlap. All right, and then I'm going to add some glue to the other side of my washi, like this, kind of sporadically. And I'm going to glue that as straight as I can get it. There we go. All right, so there's some washi to hold in your little flap. And if you want to, go ahead and do both sides. I usually do, just as a reinforcement, just to make sure. Look at all the little bunnies hopping on there. That's cute. I'm not sure where this washi tape came from. Probably part of a big set or something, I don't know. But, okay, so now we have washi tape on our little flap, okay? You still got to be careful with it. You could still rip it off if you ripped, but let's don't rip. Okay, so there's my flap down. Now, I've decided that on top of my flap down, I would like to have a gatefold, okay? So I want this gatefold to open like this. Then you'll reveal the flap down. So for the gatefold, I'm thinking, okay, let's turn it this way. Let's go ahead and put our washi right here. And let's do that one side. Okay. Now, all right. And for my gatefold, of course, I want to round the corners of the inside always. All right, so let's trim off the extra washi, and let's put our glue on the other side of the washi. Now we don't want to tape that guy down or glue that guy down, so we've got to make sure that this is not on top of that. And you can see I'm not, but I can scoot up just a little. All right, good. So I'm just going to put that right there. I'm going to do this side, and I'm going to do that flap. Okay, so here's my gatefold, and here's my flip down. Okay, now when I put these two together, they overlapped just a little. If I butted it up, it ran off the edge, and I decided to go ahead and let it overlap. You can either butt them up exactly together or let it overlap a little. I let it overlap it a little because I know how I'm going to close it. I'm going to put some string tab closures here. So it's actually good if it overlaps. It's not a problem. Now, let's put 2 round circles. So I usually use 1-inch circles. We're going to put one here, and we're going to run our string for our closure. Okay, so I've got 2 circles, 2 1-inch cardstock circles, and I think I'm going to use some of these. You want an eyelet. These are eyelets, but let's see. Oh, not yellow. That blue looks good. The green is doable, but let's go with pink. Blue and pink. Okay, 1 blue, 1 pink. Now, if you don't have eyelets, you don't have to. I mean, you can use a brad. You can use anything. All right, so I'm going to take my circles. I got 2 of them together at one time, and I'm going to punch a hole right in the middle. That's a little 1/8 inch hole, and I'm going to put 1 eyelet in here, and I'm going to set it. These eyelets came from Eyelet Outlet. I order some cute, they have some great sales, and they'll have a lot of stuff on sale, and when they do, that's when I usually stock up. These closed pretty good. Now, if you don't think they closed good enough, you can take a little hammer and just tap those if it doesn't close down good. I'm happy with it. It closed good for me. Okay, now we're going to figure out where we want to put these. And you can do this before you put your eyelet on there or after. I'm going to swap those because this page has less pink. And I'm just making a little pencil mark right where I want my eyelet to be. Kind of want it even. Okay, now you can do these straight across. You can do them wonky. You can do anything, any of that. Let's see if I can get in there and punch that hole. Note to self, next time punch the hole before you put your washi tape in. Now, if you have a Crocodile Big Bite, you can make this happen. And that would be this guy here. If you don't have a Crocodile Big Bite, you can simply poke a hole with a pokey tool, aka awl. So I'm just going to put that under there, punch that little hole there, turn this side around, and punch my little hole there. All right, now let's attach. Okay, so, oh, you know what I did? Okay, listen to Mama. Do as I say, not as I do. I was supposed to put these together before I attached the eyelet. That was the whole purpose of this hole here, and I didn't do it right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to simply glue my little eyelet. I'm going to line that hole up, and I'm going to glue it down. So yeah, I should have punched this hole, then put the eyelet, and then squeezed it closed. And I know that. It's just because I'm videoing. My brain, you know, I'm fixing to have a birthday. So I think sometimes my brain, it does its own thing. And I can see right now they're not lined up. So, but you know what? It's all right. I meant for it to be wonky. Yeah. That's what. Okay, now, since I have a hole on the back side, I'm going to do something to those inside flaps because I don't want a hole there that serves no purpose whatsoever. So we'll put something pretty in there. All right, now on the flap down, I want a corner pocket or something pretty. Could be this guy, but I really was thinking a corner pocket because I want something different. So let's cut a corner pocket there. Okay, so I've got this pretty little piece here, which measures about 2¼ by 2¼ no, that can't be 3¼ by 2¼ doesn't matter. I was just kind of looking at the space here. Okay, so now I'm going to cut my angle. So to cut my angle, you're going to line up that corner and this corner on your paper cutter, your paper trimmer. And sometimes it's hard on these little trimmers, these little blades, to start on the very tip. So go over to the middle and start, and you will be happier with that. All right, now see, that needs to go right there, but I think it needs to be mounted because it's kind of hiding in the background. So I'm going to mount that, frame it. Okay, so I framed that onto some dark brown. I glued 2 sides, and I'm gluing on top of that washi tape, which is just fine, a little extra security. So now we have another pocket here. Okay, so I put some dark brown for my string. This is embroidery thread, embroidery floss, and I just glued a little butterfly at the end of the tab. Okay, so I did a little figure 8 here. And then when you open your gatefold, there is this guy. There's your flap down. There's your pocket. And I created another pocket right here. Now I'm going to put something right here to cover those holes. Okay, so since I used the little glitter cardstock on the butterfly, I just put a little glitter heart. You could put pockets here too, but I plan on filling this pretty full. So I don't want it to get, and then this, see, I got stuff to put in there too. So I don't want it to get to be too much. All right, I'm not going to tie that yet because I'm going to still work on that. Okay, so here's what we've got so far. This guy will fold up. These flaps will come in, or they can go in first, whichever way folds up best for you. Look at there. That's what we've got. So we're going to decorate the outside. We're going to do something here, and we're going to add some ephemera in all of our pockets. Okay, guys, I have finished it. So I'm going to show you what I did. Just for the sake of keeping it shorter, I went ahead and finished it off camera. So for a closure, I decided to make a belly band. So, and I just mounted it. I put some little glitter hearts on the back and a big, beautiful flower. Okay, so the belly band is because I knew it would get thick and chunky, and it had to have a good closure. Okay, I put washi tape, just some little elements here and there. I decided to put a vellum pocket here, and then this was a little paper punch thing that I already had. Put some some washi matching and a little butterfly. In this vellum pocket, I have added 3 vellum stickers. So you just peel the back off of those, and I just stuck them in there like that, so the recipient can decide if they want to add it to this little pocket book or put it in another journal, however they want to do it. Okay, so up here I've got a tag and a tag and a tag. So that one fits in kind of sideways. This one goes here, and that one went right there. All right. Down here, I added a butterfly and just a little page flag. In here, I have got, the back row has 3 little tags in it. And here's an idea for you. I just took my little heart punch and punched some negative spaces out there. This pocket has got these 3 pieces in it. So that fits there. And then I added a belly band here, and behind the belly band I've got just a tall skinny little tag, and I've got a little page over. You could do anything in the world with that. Doesn't matter. It's a very skinny belly band, so I had to have skinny tags. All right, down here, here is our gatefold. We open it up. Got little hearts there. There's that. Here's our flip down, and in the flip down I've got 3 little bitty journaling cards from the paper pad. Okay, so that's all there is to that, guys. I hope you'll make one. If you're interested in purchasing this one, you'll find it in my Etsy shop. But I hope you'll give it a try. It's a lot of fun. Closes up so easily, so pretty. Slip the belly band back on, and there you go. What a wonderful gift for somebody. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye-bye.